Alrighty. I think we're good.
Cool. Flaps. Lights, camera, action. Gas under carriage, bunch of prop seatbelt switches. Whoop whoop.
Alright, 4468.
Okay.
Smithfield traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, taking off runway 5 Smithfield. I see clear left, and I'm seeing clear right.
Yep, clear left, clear right, clear above. Don't see anyone, don't hear anyone, don't smell anyone. A little bit of left aileron here on this takeoff because we're going to have a little bit of a left-right crosswind. Okay. So you're going to take off almost into that, right into that crab angle. A little bit less on that aileron. There you go. There's 44.
Right.
Whoa. See how we just go right into that wind correction angle and we're still going straight down the runway?
Yep.
Beautiful crosswind.
Pitch for 68.
I'm going to close that. I'm going to leave that open. But whenever you're ready, you can switch on over to Fort Wayne and pick up flight following if you want.
Fort Wayne would be 127.2.
Usually that's always the the backup in our COM 1.
Show traffic Diamond 465, Uniform Sierra, taxiing runway 5 via hotel.
Fort Wayne approach, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, request.
Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, Fort Wayne approach, squawk 4650.
So tap squawk.
4650, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie.
Yep, tap the squawk. Yep, there you go.
Cardinal 100 Lima Delta, you have radar contact 22 miles northwest of the Fort Wayne Airport. Fort Wayne altimeter 3022, enter left downwind for runway 32.
4650.
There you go.
3032, enter left downwind for runway 32.
Flight check 69 is inbound for full inspection, low approach, runway 32.
Flight check 69er, roger, contact tower 119.1. Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, you have radar contact 3 miles northeast of Smithfield Airport. Fort Wayne altimeter 3022, stay out.
3022 and request local flight following at 3,000 feet.
Diamond 0 Delta Charlie, roger, there is traffic 5 northwest, you maneuvering altitude indicates 3,000 as well.
So I just say looking for...
Yep, we're just looking for the traffic.
Looking for traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie.
And once they acknowledge you with just the last 3, so if they just start calling you Diamond 0 Delta Charlie, you're going to say 0 Delta Charlie.
Okay.
Yep. So as we're getting out towards this open practice area here, one of the things that I find to be a common pitfall that a lot of people learning how to do emergency procedures get themselves into is they only think that the airplane can go forward. Right, the engine failed, and now all my landing sites are in front of me.
Right.
It's not the case. Sometimes your best landing site is underneath you, sometimes it's a little bit behind you. What you don't want to do is be like, ah, yes, my engine's failed. I'm at 3,000 feet. I'm going to Chicago.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Or you try, picking something that's not realistic to land on. Curvy roads. Right? Or narrow roads even. So make sure that you are picking good, attainable landing sites.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Well, I'm going to turn you around a couple times so that way you kind of have to pick a landing site.
That is 638 November Golf, descent and maintain 4,000.
What?
That horse track down there? Ish? It looks like a horse track.
Yeah, I mean, that's a site. You also want to have some wind consideration in there as well when you do it, right? Where's the wind coming from?
10 or
yeah.
010.
Yep. So, you got to think about that. Where's the wind coming from? I want to land into the wind if I can. Is that horse track long enough to land on, right?
Probably not. Probably end up in the road.
Yeah, right? Unless you're really, really good.
Clear for the hour 32, flight check 69.
Nice. The FAA's out here.
Are they really?
Flight check 69.
Flight check 69 or maintain VFR.
We'll maintain VFR flight check 69.
That's a FAA airplane out doing probably approach surveys. Or just making sure procedures are up to date.
Cardinal 100 Lima Delta, turn right heading 140.
Another thing is that your first instinct is going to go to the checklist, which isn't wrong by any means. You're going to want to make sure that you also flow through the maneuver, the emergencies, right? You want to make sure that you know the steps by heart and have just a way to go through it. With the DA-20, it's basically a backwards L. So you go mixture, throttle, alternate air, fuel shut off, fuel pump, mags, fuel prime. Right, it's literally down, over and up.
We'll join the Watson 4 and up to 10,000, Scott 5436.
And then you go, once you do that, you go back to the checklist and make sure that you hit everything, right?
Right.
So
that's my problem. I don't know it by heart yet.
Thirdly, levers, push, click, twist, flick.
Or what settings they should be in. But obviously, mixture, rich, throttle half, alternate air on.
In,
You'll
up,
shut off this in.
both. Well, basically you cycle through and make sure the the engine doesn't start on one or the other.
Okay, and then fuel prime on.
Yep. Cool, cool. Alright, first I'm going to kill the engine here and you're just going to pitch and maintain best glide. What speed is best glide?
73.
Cool, so pitch and maintain best glide.
Okay. Just a little more nose up. Alright.
Cool, we're just going to hold that here. Make sure you use trim too. Use trim to make sure that you can hold best glide without really having to work the airplane. There you go. Cool. And we're just going to hold this for a second. Okay. Alright, go ahead and get us back up to 3,000. You have your engine back.
Cardinal 0 Lima Delta, turn left heading 115.
That's 115, 0 Lima Delta.
Alright, now I'm going to kill it once you get to the best landing speed, and then I want you to find me the best landing spot.
Okay.
Scott 5436, contact Chicago Center, 119.85, good day.
119.85, have a go, Scott 5436.
72905 southeast, your position, maneuvering altitude indicates 2,100.
Just tell me that we're looking.
Looking for traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie.
Pilatus 8 November Golf, turn right heading 140, vector for sequence, your number 3.
140, 8 November Golf.
Right, find me a landing spot.
Cardinal 100 Lima Delta,
Alright,
you're
so this
following
road,
King Air
where that tree line goes,
okay.
The road's going north,
the
field right to the left of it.
Okay.
Looking for the traffic, 0 Lima Delta.
We're on the same page?
No.
Okay, tree line.
Okay.
That's going diagonal.
Yeah.
It juts right into that road, and then I think it might be a ditch actually. That
Yeah,
goes north.
it's a ditch.
Okay, and then north of the road.
Yep.
Over there.
Okay, so
That really long
Flight check
stretch.
69er, contact tower.
I would say it more like
119.1, flight check.
long brown open field running north-south, plot of trees on the left, green field on the right.
Okay.
Right? I'm describing where the field, like what's around the field,
November 43,
especially when we're out this way.
39er, contact Columbus approach 121.2.
Cool, start turning towards it.
2182, 839er.
Well, shouldn't I do a little circle thing then?
No, keep coming towards.
All right.
Right? Get lined up on your final. I mean, and you're a little high for pattern altitude, so maybe this could also be the start of your circle, but you don't want to get too far away from it either, especially if you're going to circle.
Right. So this would be immediately the like flaps takeoff.
I wouldn't put takeoff flaps in yet because that's going to mess up your best glide. Keep your airplane at best glide. Now what you could do is you could go flaps takeoff and then flaps land and then just dump a forward slip in.
I'm not sure if we're going to make that.
I bet you we could.
With the forward slip.
Yeah.
So
Nothing says you can't. Go ahead and keep it a 180 here.
180?
Or 360.
360.
Maintain best glide.
Departure Skywest 4095, we're climbing through 34 for 4,000, runway heading.
That's 4095, forward departure, radar contact, climb maintain 10,000.
Up to 10,000, Skywest 4095.
Cardinal 100 Lima Delta, traffic here following now on a 2-mile final.
Copy, 0 Lima Delta.
Skywest 4095, turn left heading 2.
Cool, go ahead and recover. I think you would have made it.
I think so
Cardinal
too.
100 Lima
Let's get back
Delta,
up to 3,000.
looks good, and our left base for runway 32 and contact tower 119.1.
Enter left base for 32 and over to tower 100 Lima Delta.
Skywest 4095, turn left on
And then
course,
turn back to the
Louisville.
west.
Skywest 4095, turn left on course, direct Louisville.
Direct Louisville for Skywest 4995.
Skywest 4095, contact Chicago Center 119.85 today.
1985, have a good day, Skywest 4095.
State November Golf, descend and maintain 3,000. You're following Cardinal traffic 10 o'clock at 3 miles at descending out of 2,000.
Down to 3,000, searching for the traffic, 8 November Golf.
I think what really helped you there was that you turned into the point, not away from it.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be surprised, like, okay, make a 360, and they turned away from it. I was like, oh, that may mess you up.
Well, I knew we were too high, so I knew we had to descend somehow. So my first thought was, well, let's just do a circle.
I don't want to do it too early, though, because then I'm not lined up, right?
Right.
I'm out of position, and I have to go further with less optimal.
And then I was already looking
November
for
Golf,
other
turn left
landing
heading
sites in the
090.
360 just in case
090,
crap hits the fan.
8 November Golf.
Cool, let's go ahead and turn
I have
north.
a visual for you shortly.
North?
That Cardinal traffic's on a 2-mile left base, descending on 1,800.
Try to stay away from
8 November Golf.
16 Mike Sierra, whoever that is.
Flight check 69 and the climb out, heading assigned 280, climb at 2,300.
Flight check 69, report wind departure, radar contact, and say next request.
Flight check 69, request on navigation for a 12-mile final, runway 32.
Flight check 69, I'll have that for you momentarily. There's flattest traffic 5 south of your position or left base for runway 32, descending out of 3,000 momentarily.
Is it better to land in the brown fields or like the green one like over there?
Greenfield is usually lower hanging or lower growing crops like soybeans, whereas the brown fields can sometimes be corn.
Yeah.
Corn will go through this, especially if you do, hit it doing anything higher than,
descended, maintain
like 10.
2,300.
So
Said corn will go through this?
their husks of corn are pretty stout, so you're going to break this.
We're now going to begin the
So it's
level
better to go
holding,
through the beans.
so no more low approaches.
The beans sit lower.
At this time, it'll be about 12 miles to 2 miles short of the threshold at 2,300, request the left turn.
Flight check 69er, roger, turn left heading 180.
Left turn heading 180, flight check 69.
Felt that one.
Tower
It's kind of
119.1.
nice.
Yeah.
Visual approach.
The ship is in engine was failing.
19-1, 8 November.
All right, now this time as we do it, I want you to try and get the engine restarted.
All right, so
So pitch for 73, pick your landing spot, and then get the airplane pointed towards it.
For 219er Delta,
brown field,
altimeter 3022.
kind of in a rectangle with trees to the left. There's tree line to the right, tree line on the bottom.
I think I'm tracking it. Dark brown field?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Cool.
air restart, walk it through.
Yeah, so flow through it, like do all the steps that you remember.
Fixture rich.
Okay.
Throttle half.
Just
touch it,
navigation,
the flattest traffic 11
Throttle
o'clock,
half,
and 4
alternate
miles
air
left
on,
base, runway
fuel
32,
shut off is
descending out of 2,600.
And then magnetos cycle, and then fuel prime comes on.
Cool. Then go back to the checklist, make sure you did everything.
Fixture rich, throttle half, alternate air is on, fuel shut off is in, magnetos would be cycling, and fuel prime would come on.
There's one more thing that you forgot to do. Fuel pump.
Fuel pump on.
Yep. Cool. So it should be this field right here off to the front left, right?
Yeah, right off the nose.
Okay. Yeah, we were thinking 2 different spots, so we're pretty high, huh?
Yes. So, 360.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Malibu 22 Foxtrot X-ray level 9,000.
Good afternoon, Malibu 22 Foxtrot X-ray forward approach for an altimeter 3022.
The steeper you turn, the quicker you're going to descend to.
Flight check 69, flattest traffic on a 2-mile final, no factors.
Flight check 69.
Is it the one with the white trailer on the left side of it?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, now you're lined up, I might go take off flaps.
So takeoff.
Yeah, I would wait until basically you've got it assured before you start putting drag
Stuff in.
Yep. Give it a best glide here. Okay, yeah, get the flaps in. Get full landing flaps in because you're going to make your spot. Keep it coming. Okay, go ahead and pull up. Full go around. Yep, easy. Yeah, you would have made this field easily. Good, 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 good. All right, back up to 3,000.
It's good to know.
Yep. Would you see why we don't want to add flaps in until we know we're going to make the spot?
Yeah.
You slowed down a lot.
I saw that.
Yep.
All right, pitch for 75.
Yeah, let's get away from these houses.
Not scare them more than what we already probably have.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you something here. Because you picked a field, but what we didn't know was my controls here really quick.
Rear controls.
It should be right over off to the left somewhere. Once we see it, we'll should be off to the left.
It's a private strip.
Yep. The hilltop. It might be this little strip right here, actually. See if we can spot it. You can go ahead and take control again, your controls.
My controls.
Looking for what looks like a runway. Should be off to the left here. Gonna be off somewhere over here. About 2 miles out from us, somewhere. Up, I think I see it. It's that brown strip just in the middle of the green. Off to the left, you see it? Looks like a brown runway.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that would be it. So, not the best orientation for us, but it's there. It's a runway. It exists.
It looks the same as all the other fields.
Shocking. I think that's it. That looks like a runway. Yeah, I can see what looks like a path that leads to it.
They look rich enough to have a plane.
Is that your metric? Is how big the house is, must have plane?
Yeah, big house, big barn. It's got to be in there somewhere.
All right. All right, go ahead and turn us back out to the east here.
Okay.
So the POH says, for an engine fire in flight, you pitch for best glide and land as soon as possible.
That's it. Doesn't matter.
There's a couple other things in there. But the big one is that you pitch for best glide.
Okay.
I find that incredibly counterintuitive. I'm on fire. I don't want to continue to be on fire.
True.
How do I put out a candle?
You blow on it.
Guess what we're going to do with this? No. Well, kind of, yes. Except I'm going to get fast.
Fire extinguisher?
No, that's not going to do a whole lot. Fire's up here. How am I going to get my fire extinguisher up there? There's a firewall here, right?
So well, you could just open up this thing and...
Oh, Jesus.
You could test the theory.
I would prefer not to. If I stick it out and point it that way, does that make it afterburner? All right, and I'm out of juice. Cool. So the big thing is just get this airplane nose down and fast.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to come out over these fields, so come basically southeast here. I want to get away from the wonderful people out in this part of the world. I don't know where we are.
Or you could put it nose down and aim for the pond.
Oh, no. No.
You want to...
Do not hit water.
That would extinguish it, though.
And you would be successfully extinguished as well.
So is it better to land in water or in a field?
In a field.
What's the reasoning of why not water?
Okay, do you think water is soft?
No, it's like concrete.
Exactly.
And you could drown if the thing doesn't come up.
Exactly.
Look at me answering my own questions.
You're doing great. You're having a great time. I don't know why I checked the time on my phone. I've got my iPad right here. I'm doing great.
Emergency procedures are always the fun ones.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Let's see if we can't get to 30. No, we'll stay here. Last thing I need to do is put us up in a cloud, because I just want to get a little bit more altitude for you to go down with.
We have to be, what, 500 feet below?
Yeah.
See if my flight training is coming in handy.
Alright, you can go ahead and walk. So, I'm going to pull the power.
Okay.
I'm going to put the airplane in a 30 to 45 degree bank. Either direction, you're going to let that nose push down, and you're basically going to push the nose down and keep it down, because it's going to want to pull up, so you're going to have to give nose forward pressure.
Not worrying about a landing site?
If everything runs
I mean, not particularly, because we're just trying to get the fire out.
Flight check 69er.
Oh no, the engine's on fire.
Maintain VFR.
Put it in a bank. Put it in a bank first. Put it in a bank first.
Flight check 69.
Whee! Yeah. So get it over 30, 45 degrees, and just keep that nose down. There you go. There you go. Now we'll level it on out at about 2,200. So yep, roll those wings level, bring that nose back up. All right, now find your landing site, pitch for best glide. Keep the nose up.
Right over here.
Cool. Go there. Just start going there. Not too aggressive, but yeah. I don't know where over there is, so hope it has a zip code. There you go. Good. All right, go ahead and recover. Cool. But you saw how we kept that airplane sped up. That would be the smoke. And they would start giving you like verbal hints as well, like, I don't see a whole lot of orange, but there's still a lot of smoke. Okay, so I'm starting to be able to see again, right?
Yeah.
That's how they're kind of sort of going to do. Or that's how that would work.
Gotcha.
But yeah. And they'd say, they'll key you onto it. They're not just going to pull power and say emergency descent. They're going to be like, oh man, There's a lot of orange and black smoke coming out of the engine. You know, get the fire out.
Can do.
I want to say, okay, I think you successfully extinguished the flame. Back to straight and level, no engine. And then don't try and restart the burning engine.
Just land at ASAP.
It says land as soon as possible. Or as soon as practicable, I should say. Yeah, keep the throttle up to about 2,300 or so. We're going to put a little bit of heat back in this engine. It's a little bit cold out here. We probably should have had the baffle kits in.
Gotcha.
But, you know, it was 70 earlier this week, and now it's, 40.
I know, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to. So what are some other places that you could use as emergency landing sites if you had to? Right, we've done strips, or grass, we've done private airports, what else?
Highway 24.
Just roads in general, right?
Roads, yeah.
What about military airfields?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So long as you're actually in an emergency, right?
Right.
They're probably not going to be super happy that you chose their airport, but
But if it has to happen, then it has to happen.
it would probably much rather you be alive than not.
Right.
Cool.
With Highway 24, would you want to go with the traffic?
Yes, land with traffic.
That's what I thought. Kind of makes sense.
People are going to get out of the way of an airplane on the highway. There's something about airplanes and highways that doesn't necessarily compute well with people's brains. Or even like these narrow side streets are also a good option.
See,
The only problem with the narrow side streets is what can't I see from up here?
the power lines.
Exactly. Now, I had someone say I'm going to go to one of these narrow side streets because I know exactly how far the power lines are away from the road. And it's further than the Cessna's wingtip goes, or further than the airplane's the wing length is. And I'm like, okay, but you're giving yourself not a great margin of error.
Right.
Like,
And that's why I'm afraid of the side streets, is because of the wingtips.
yeah. Yeah, because we got long wings. Cool, let's go ahead and turn back to the north here. So there are some other abnormals that don't necessarily necessitate an emergency, but can cause you to have to go through like an abnormal checklist, or basically a checklist that's not a normal procedure, such as amperage showing in the negative, right? A generator failure.
Generator failure.
Right? If I have a generator failure, what am I going to do?
Is there a checklist for it?
Probably.
So I would look at the checklist.
Okay.
Fort Wayne 1, our Delta, we'd like to begin our descent.
I don't see anything for gen. Oh wait, no, there it is.
5001, our Delta.
So, I would check the battery breaker.
Okay.
The generator breaker,
Where are those?
right there. These breakers,
Where's the generator and battery breaker specifically?
right there.
Nope.
Oh, down here.
Yep.
My bad.
There you go.
Battery, generator, gen cont. What's that?
Generator control.
Oh, generator control.
Yep.
Okay. If it's unsuccessful, land near the nearest airport.
Cool. Non-essential electrical equipment shut off. How am I going to shut off non-essential electrical equipment? You also hear the term, this is called shedding electrical load.
Well, need the radios, need the engine gauges.
Do I technically need engine gauges?
I mean, they're nice.
Yeah.
Do you not need engine gauges?
Nothing, well, actually, technically, yes, you do. Since we have the digital ones, yes.
Lights would be about the only ones, but that I could think of.
Let's see.
I could pull
my attitude breaker. I don't need those. I can pull the rest of these breakers that I'm not using.
Ah, I follow.
Right, you start popping breakers to shed electrical load. So I may pop my, COM 2.
Fort Wayne approach, money
Right.
6813 uniform.
Maybe I'll pop all the lights I'm not using. Maybe even my attitude breaker.
Mooney
I
6813
follow.
uniform forward to first floor, now 303023.
So
02313.
You have options, but yeah, pop, 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 non-essential. Some airplanes will have an essential bus switch, like the DA-20 has a red essential bus switch.
Okay.
Turn that on and it sheds the electrical load for you.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yep. You're just sitting there like, okay, what can I turn off here? No, come over here. You've got more that you can turn off over here than you can do with that.
Makes
and I can turn off just specific things. On a normal day, we're never going to pull breakers.
We're going to just push them in.
Even then, it's one of those things where that's kind of nerve-wracking to do. All right, let's go ahead and head on back to Smith.
So I would say 4-wind approach, heading back to Smith.
4-wind approach, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, head back to Smith.
Okay. 4-wind approach, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, heading back to Smithfield.
Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change advisory approved, appear to be 2 in the pattern, altitude indicates 1,400.
1200 and
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, thanks for all the help, 290 Delta Charlie.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, thanks for the help, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie.
Cool, so.
And then flip.
Yep, actually, you're going to flip.
1 in our Delta, we'd like to continue.
Yeah, you can just flip up there and hit COM 1. I switched over to COM 2 because her radio was super statically.
Gotcha.
On COM 1, so.
And then standby 1.
You can just flip that over.
Oh, flip it over. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Now I'm just going to set this to guard just to freak people out. There we go.
And then...
Three Rivers traffic, that's 9055 Romeo Sierra, turning left crosswind for runway 27.
So, easy way to do this.
Charlie, turning left crosswind 05.
So we're just going to... You're doing great. We're going to just be here. Hit direct.
Direct.
Take the big knob, bring it down to where it says KGWB.
107 Tango X-ray.
Nope, big knob. Yep, you're doing it. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Small knob to the right.
Small knob to the right.
Enter, enter.
Enter, enter.
There you go.
Wowzers. Okay.
Click, click, clickety, click, click. All right, Space Shuttle Atlantis, ready to go. Space Shuttle, we're DA-20. Oh yeah, it's lovely. I love the sounds.
Turning left downwind for runway 27.
All right.
Cool. So we're about 9 miles out. 10 miles out.
So traffic Diamond 278 Delta Charlie, turning left downwind 05. That's Pacific.
Smithfield is for, or 05?
55, yeah, 42455. But they're running.
Observation 212 Zulu. Wind 040 at 6 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition overcast at 2,700. Temperature 8 Celsius. Dew point 2 Celsius. Altimeter 3024 inches of mercury.
Perfect. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smithfield Airport. Automated weather observation 2122 Zulu.
All right, so
Wind 0.
inbound for 5.
Yeah, you can just say inbound.
Okay. Smithfield traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, inbound.
Well, so you want to tell them where they are, right? Where you are, right? So now they know you're inbound. So, wow.
8 miles to the
8 miles to the northeast.
Northeast.
Base traffic in sight, downward traffic in sight, and departing traffic. Traffic 63 Romeo left.
Alright, landing lights on, fuel pump is on, mixture's rich, throttle is required, engine gauge is checked. Okay, descent checklist is good.
So traffic down 465, Uniform Sierra, turning left base, first left crosswind, runway 5, Smithfield.
Come out to the north, or come out to the west here. We're going to enter on a 45 for left downwind because I don't feel like doing a mid-mid cross.
Okay. Turning left base for runway 27.
Trying to get my bearings. Okay, I see Parkview. And I see the field.
Okay.
This is traffic Diamond 278 Delta Charlie, turning left base 05.
Was someone taking off?
Ooh, it's a crosswind.
So traffic down 465, Uniform Sierra, turning left downwind, runway 5, midfield.
There's downwind.
I'll do a radio call around the 5 mile mark.
Works for me.
Traffic, Malibu 1 Delta on an 8 mile
I see traffic on the runway.
Yep, so there's one on the runway. There should be one coming in to land, and one in downwind.
5 Victor is about 2 miles to the east, going to enter the left downwind for 10 Marshall.
Smithfield traffic, Diamond 290 Delta Charlie, 5 miles northeast, going to enter left downwind for 5, Smithfield.
Smithfield traffic down 278 Delta Charlie, short bound only.
So traffic down 465, Uniform Sierra, turning left base, runway 5, midfield.
Still hot traffic, 1218 Papa, is about 6 miles to the northwest.
Let's get back down to 1800.
45 left downwind.